college boy. So tell me about the Team Faith program and what you guys are actually all about, what you actually do for the people that don't know, which is probably not many.
Well, yeah, you're right. I think there's a lot of people that don't, because when we have people come to our meals and we ask them what they think we're there about, and they just kind of think that, well, it looks like Fly is probably paying you all to come out here and feed us. And there may be a little bit of truth to that, but the gist of what we're trying to do is we're trying to take the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ to the racetrack. And, I've not been a part of Team Faith for a real long time, but been a Christian for a long time, and my heart has always been to see the church, be the church outside the four walls of the church. And I'm not opposed to conventional church. I'm a believer in it, love it. But at the same time, I love the idea and of taking Jesus outside. And of course, whatever your hand finds to do, you do it as unto the Lord. We happen to be racing dirt bikes, so we're coming out here as Team Faith. As it just gives us an opportunity to come out and reach out to people that might not necessarily be going to churches, conventional churches. And then, of course, there's a lot of people that are happening to miss conventional church to be out here racing on Sundays. And so it gives us an opportunity to let them guys, kind of stay plugged in. So what we're doing this year is we've been running the Futures and, running all the events with Futures. And, of course, we cater the fly meal. And then after we cater the fly meal from 4 to 6 rather, at our rig, we feed all comers. Basically, we're really trying to set up to take care of the privateers. But as it turns out, we've been feeding all comers, and anybody that wants to come in can eat. And the objective of that is just for people to see what it's like to receive something that they didn't earn. And, of course, there's a message in that we're trying to portray. So that's the gist of what we're doing, is just trying to come out and share the good news of the gospel of Jesus with people here at the racetrack.
I've been friends with Brian O for a long time, and long time, Arena Cross days, and Larry Bank as well. And we just hooked up yesterday and met, so good to see you up here, and good times, hang out for a while. We got the 51 Limited on the track right now. Kash Cain, Gage Brown, Noah Shue, Easton Graves is in there, and Jackson, Vick all going at it. Some of our 50s right now, 65, 10, 11's up next. So, yeah, good times. You have some good sponsors on that little tour, too.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people that help to make it happen. And, I apologize that I'm not a little better versed in that. I'm actually just kind of a ragtag guy that got picked up off the street. That's not true. I do a local ministry here in Texas, a motocross ministry, and I've done quite a bit of stuff with Team Faith the last few years, gone to Egypt with them a couple of times and done ministry over there, and have traveled with them a little bit last year with their Futures stuff. But I'm not as well versed as I probably ought to be to nail that sponsor list for you. But, yeah, there are a lot of people that are just an absolute blessing to Team Faith, to allow Team Faith to come out and do what they feel like the Lord's called them to do. And I've talked to a lot of people that have been around Brian O a lot longer than I have, and I'm just getting to know the guy. But I got to tell you, he's got a heart for the sport of motocross and a heart for people and loves the Lord. And so that's really all I need to know, to be honest with you, is the guy's legit, man. He's for real and loves you guys. I can tell you that much. And we've been on the phone off and on the last day or two, him checking in to make sure we're taking care of you guys, because even though he's in Nashville this weekend, he wants to make sure you guys are being tended to.
Heck yeah, we appreciate you being here. I know that. It's Kash Cain out front, Gage Brown, Easton Graves, Aiden McKiddie, Noah Shue, Jackson Vick, and Easton Romero. Here are your top 7. Weston Fryar, Cohen Chilton. In our 51 Limited 4 to 8. Up next, 65, 10, 11. Look at some of these guys go, man. Little kids battling on the track, racing the same track as Eli Tomac and Ken Roxon last night. How cool is this?
Man, that's just mind-blowing. And you got to know, for these little guys getting to come out and in this facility and all these facilities that they're doing this at, that's the same ones that they're watching on TV. And, man, what a cool opportunity the Futures has given people. And, I just quit racing a couple years ago, and I got to tell you, even if I could race, I don't know that I could handle coming out here and trying to hit these Supercross tracks, man. These things ain't no joke. And my background is really in road racing. I did moto for a few years. Been involved in moto for quite a while, but I didn't moto very long. But I got to say, when you get out and walk these tracks, man, it's a whole nother world when you're actually coming out of that corner and looking up at that jump face and you can't see nothing on the backside. And then these dudes out here on these 50cc machines cleaning the finish line and chewing these rhythm sections up, man. It's just a cool thing to witness. And of course, with Futures now kind of being how these guys come into Supercross, it's going to be cool to watch these little guys through the years, you know, because all of us have watched AC and Cooper Webb and those guys come up through the outdoor ranks. But to get to watch them come up through the indoor ranks now is going to be a really sweet thing to watch. So, yeah, no doubt about it. These kids that we're watching out here on the racetrack today, some of these guys are going to be the guys you're going to be talking about here in the next 10 years. So cool stuff.
I love it. Love it. Team Faith in the house as we're watching our 51 Limiteds. Kash Cain, man, this kid's ripping it out of Amarillo, Texas on the Mad Moto Cobra. Tagger Design Spy, Thor MX Headhunter. And then second is Gage Brown out of Cypress, Texas. Jam Racing, Bees Motolab, Absolute Groundscape 7, Garnet Dunlop. Easton Graves on the 331 is third. Dunlop Thor, Elusive Gloves, Scott Ogio, Violator Performance. And Aiden McKiddie on the 12. 7MX, 100% goggles, BTO Sports, VMAC Tracks. That's old Vernon's, must be Vernon's kid, yeah. Out there doing it, and Vernon building tracks. I don't know if he still does a lot of it, but I know he used to. Oh, he still does. Good to hear, good to hear. Checker flag coming out here for our 51 Limiteds. Kash Cain, Gage Brown, Easton Graves, and Aiden McKiddie. Noah Shue, Jackson Vick, Cohen Chilton.